Hello everybody, welcome again to MK Education Live stream for today. Today is March 10, 2021 and it's 1 p.m. Philippines Standard Time. So today we will talk about idioms. So when we talk about idioms, usually people use this or many individuals are using this, especially when they are delivering their speeches or when they are writing something. So you could also find this in books. It is very effective for those people who wants to learn English and who wants to know more about English. So you could find this in English textbooks and even internet. But then again, sometimes it's so good for us to know so that if we are just even talking, we can use these idiomatic expressions. And this idiomatic expression is very useful for you to comprehend your ideas, for you to deliver your ideas, and for the people who are listening to you. So I prepared 20 common idioms wherein sometimes we use this when we are talking. I prepared 20 common idioms wherein you could use this for everyday life. This is very common and also have its meaning right after. Okay, so before we proceed to the idiomatic expressions, the 20 most common, we will have first the definition of the idiom. So when we say idiom, that is a group of words established by usage as having a meaning not deducible from those of the individual words. Sometimes these idioms have different in meaning. So sometimes it's hard to understand what does it mean if you don't know about that. So sometimes you need to learn idioms for you to counteract or for you to talk, for you to communicate, for you to converse to other people. So especially other Native Americans, sometimes they used idioms for them to deliver their sentences. And if you don't know about idioms, so you don't have to answer, you have no idea how to answer them. So these idioms are these words, sometimes they have a meaning, but you need to have a deeper understanding with this. Okay, so let's go first for the first common idiom. The first common idiom is a blessing in disguise. So when we say about a blessing in disguise, the meaning of that sentence is a good thing that initially seemed bad. Sometimes you could use like a blessings in disguise. Sometimes you don't know that this is happening or you don't know that it happened. But then again, even though it happened in a perspective that you don't understand or you don't hope to happen, but it became a blessing in disguise because it came out good or it came out better than you expected. Okay, so that is a blessings in disguise, and again, it's a good thing that initially seemed bad before, but it came out good. Number 2, a dime a dozen. So a dime a dozen, that means something that is very common, not unique. So unusual. So sometimes you could use that in your sentences like a dime of dozen opportunities. So sometimes it's a very common or something that is very common or not unique opportunities. So sometimes it depends on your sentences. So if people you talk about understand a dime of dozen, so you could converse to each other, you could talk to each other. But other people seems to have a little understanding when it comes to idioms, so bear with them, have a patience sometimes. Next one, number 3. The number 3 idiom is adding insult to injury. Sometimes this is very common, like you are a victim and somebody blames you even though you are a victim. So that person is adding insult to your injury. You are an injured person, you are a victim, but then again they add injury to you, so to make a bad situation even worse. So from bad become worse and sometimes even worse. So that's a bad situation for somebody because they don't know what they're talking about. Sometimes you are in that situation and you receive criticism. So sometimes that's bad and it's not good, of course. Number 4, beat around the bush. This beat around the bush means avoid sharing your true viewpoint or feelings because it is uncomfortable. Sometimes your secrets must only your secrets. Don't tell your secrets to somebody, or the skeleton in the closet must remain in the closet, because sometimes you don't know who your real friends are. If you know this person is your real friends, okay, you can tell your secrets. But then again, as I said, always and always be not really secretive, but be careful. If you are telling your friend your secrets to your friends, of course, even though sometimes he's your friend, but sometimes he's telling your secret to anybody. So, beat around the bush, avoid sharing your true viewpoint or feelings because it is uncomfortable. Okay? Next one, let's proceed to 5th idiom. The 5th idiom is bite the bullet. The bullet, like bullet of the gun. To get an unfavorable situation or chore over with a now because it will need to get finished eventually. Again, to get an unfavorable situation or chore over with now because it will need to get finished eventually. So it means bite the bullet. Do your assignment, do your homeworks now. Don't wait for tomorrow if you can do it today. Sometimes that's a bad attitude for one person, like, okay, I can do it tomorrow. You can do it now. Don't wait for tomorrow. Tomorrow is another day. Tomorrow is a different day. So it's better for you to do it now than tomorrow. You have to do it, and you have to ready with it now. Okay? Next, number 6. Best of both worlds. Best of both worlds, meaning the choice or solution has all of the advantages of two contrasting things at the same time. So this is a very positive idiom, like where you are, it's best on the both worlds. So if you have friends, it's best both of you. It's good, it will affect good to me, it will affect good to you. So even though we're gonna choose whatever we want, but then again, it will have a best of both worlds. So we are happy that it will figure out relatively, and later on it will cause a positive vibes to you, positive results to you, and also with me. But sometimes this is unusual, right? Next one, biting off more than you can chew. Biting off more than you can chew, and that means not having the capacity to take on a new assignment or task that is just too taxing. So not having the capacity to take on a new assignment or task that is too taxing. It means you cannot do things at the same time, especially if the two things is very hard. So take it one thing at a time. After one thing, you proceed to another. Don't do it like you all have the chances in the world. No, give to other people. You cannot do it. You cannot perfect two things, many things in one time. You can't do it. You just only have two hands. You're only one person. Number 8, this is very common to people who are very judgmental. So don't judge a book by its cover. Read the book. Not really literally read the book, but know the person first before you judge. Because sometimes your judgment is wrong. Okay? Not judging something by its initial appearance. Okay, by just looking at, you will gonna say, oh, he's ugly, she's bad, she's negative, she's not good. No, you cannot say that. You have to be friend with a person to know who he is, to know who she is, so that you can judge. Don't judge a person by its cover. Okay? And the last one, number 9. Doing something at the drop of a hat. Again, doing something at the drop of a hat, that means doing something at the moment of being asked. If your teacher asks you, you should answer. Don't answer if other students are talking. Don't answer if you are not being asked. Sometimes it becomes rude for a person who listens or person who watches if you are talking and talking and nobody is listening. So wait for your own turn. Everybody has its own turn, even though wherever you are, in the class, outside the class, or wherever you are. Number 10, don't count your chickens before they hatch. It is a very futuristic, like not to count on something happening until after it's already happened. Don't think about your future that you will succeed, that you will become successful if you don't study well now. So most important thing is now before you proceed to the future, because you cannot proceed to the future if you're not perfect now. Okay, again, now is more important than the future. Okay. Number 11, caught between a rock and a hard place. Again, caught between a rock and a hard place, that means making a choice between two unpleasant choices. Sometimes when we say unpleasant, not good, hard choices, difficult choices, whether will you gonna choose is something like it's very risky. So always remember, if you are in that situation, I think the best thing for you to do is think, and think. Rethink, and rethink. I mean, you have to think which is better. You have to think where you can gain more. Not because you can gain here less, you can gain here more, but sometimes in this situation, they are both risky. Again, think and rethink before you decide. Next one, number 12, cause an arm and leg. This is very common for a traditional English speakers, or for those people, a native one in English, or somebody who could speak English well. Sometimes they use this on their sentences like something that is overpriced or very expensive. Sometimes you can buy some gadgets, electronics that cost an arm and leg. That means very expensive. You can do it if you are too rich, but if you just have a little money, or minimum enough of money, so no need to have a cost an arm and leg. Okay. 13, devil's advocate. From the word itself, devils, meaning to take the side of the counter argument or offer an alternative point of view. So devil's advocate, to take side of the counter argument sometimes, or offer an alternative point of view. Sometimes devil's advocate is like it's a negative form of giving opinion to the bad side. If there are two person, one person and another person are talking, and then they have argumentation, and this person is right, this person is wrong, and you are the one who gives devil's advocate, like you are wrong, even though this person is wrong. And you are right, even this person is wrong. So sometimes it's devil opinion. Sometimes you're listening to your hidden ears, right? Number 14, getting a taste of your own medicine. So when we say getting a taste of your own medicine, that's being treated the way that you have been treating others. You will receive how would you give to other. You will experience what did you let others experience from you. So like, don't do others if you don't want others to do unto you, something like that. So whatever you said, whatever you did, it will comes back to you. So be good so that good things will come back to you. Getting a second wind. So when I say getting a second wind, that means having energy gain after being tired. Sometimes in our life we get tired, of course. We are very busy in our jobs. We are busy in our works every day. We oftentimes we forget to have rest time. So this is very, very okay to use this sentence, getting a second wind. It means have time to relax. Sometimes, of course, we are not machines. Sometimes machines get lost, get tired. We are just human. So our human body gets tired easily. Number 16, giving someone the cold shoulder. That's so bad. It's also negative idiomatic expression. Giving someone the cold shoulder is ignoring someone. Sometimes you have your friend, like you give your cold shoulder, right? You give to your friend your cold shoulder because you are ignoring your friend. Or sometimes it's also we are humans and sometimes we do it. Sometimes we intend to do it, but always remember that if you are a friend, you have the responsibility to your friend. Not because you are a friend, but because both of you understand each other. Okay, so give someone the cold shoulder. Next one. This is also very common, especially when literature or writing stories about something. Killing two birds with one stone. This is for good people who are really striving hard to become successful in their lives, meaning accomplishing two different tasks in the same undertaking. Like in the same time you are doing this thing, you are doing this thing, and you did it well, and you became successful with it. And I think that's good. Example, you are studying and you are working. While you are working, you are studying, you are having a part-time job. So it means you're killing two birds with one stone. Your mindset is to graduate, but then again, you don't have money to pay your school, so you have to work as part-time. So that's killing two birds with one stone. Next one. Stealing someone's thunder. This is also negative. So as I said, we have negative and positive idiomatic expressions. It depends on the sentences, of course, on how you apply it with sentence. Meaning, taking credit for someone else's achievement. Example, you play with someone's role. Like, this person did well, but you said, no, that's me who made it. That is stealing someone's thunder. That is someone's achievement, but you want other people to know that it's yours. Also, it's negative and it's supposed not to do. Because, of course, if you try to understand, that is his or that is her achievement and not yours. Always remember the achievement of other people is not yours. You have to your own time, you could achieve yourself well, wait for your own turn. Okay? Next one, number 19. This is the second to the last idioms today because as I said, I prepared 20. Number 19, your guess is as good as mine. Meaning to not know something. It means you don't know, both of you don't know, but your guess in your mind, you have the same thinking. So you could say, your guess is as good as mine. And sometimes, it's very applicable if together with your friends sometimes and you have this mindset, maybe this person is a good one, or we could be friends with this person because this person is positive, and your friend, you don't talk to your friend but you have the same mindset towards that person, so you could use this, your guess is as good as mine. Or sometimes you could use this when you are going shopping, like you are choosing your something to buy and suddenly you have the same choices. The last one, the last straw. When we say the last straw means the last difficulty or annoyance that makes the entire situation unbearable. The last thing to do, the last option, the last choice, the last way to do it to become successful. The last straw. Okay? So again, idiom. An idiom is a group of words that are used a common expression whose meaning is not deducible from that of the literal words. Additional, idioms are used frequently in both written and spoken English. So let's take a look at the most popular idioms and common idioms in the English language and what they mean. So sometimes, to know more about idioms, you have to use it, you have to read idioms, you have to know the meaning, and if you know the meaning, you could use that on your own sentences. Sometimes, if you are trying to learn something like idioms, you don't know that you're talking idioms. You don't know that you're delivering idioms, or you don't know that you're using in your sentences your own idioms. All you need to do if you want to know idioms, read. There's a lot in Google, there's a lot in books, and look for the meaning. And if you know the meaning, you could use it by yourself because you cannot use it in your own sentences if you do not know the meaning. Again, you would know the meaning, you would use it on the sentences. And if you use that on your own sentences, you will become a good speaker. Okay? So that's all for today, the 20 common idioms. And 20 common idioms, and thank you for bearing with me. So idioms, thank you for bearing with me, and until next time, tomorrow, same time, same channel. So bye-bye and have a good day.